Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another options and play video update. I don't talk about the IWM very often because I don't really follow it that closely on a day-to-day basis. However, things are developing pretty quickly at the moment, and there are signs that we might be looking at another one of those really crazy rotation moves that we have seen a few times in the past few months. And I think IWM might be the indicator of that. All right. So what you will notice on the chart is that IWM has formed like a real nice consolidation, about a 2-3 week consolidation above all of its moving averages, right? And what's interesting about that is that the Russell really has been probably the worst performing of the major moving averages up until this point. And it's having a great day today. And you can see, though, when I scroll out a little bit, that there's actually quite a bit more room to run if it really wants to start going, because it's just now coming back to that June high. And if it clears that June high, which also basically corresponds to like that March early pivot, right? You can see right here, March pivot resistance. If it can get through that, then it could really start to take off. Interestingly, the last time the Russell really had a good run at the beginning of June, if you remember, was also coincidentally when basically all of like the transports, right? So that was when like the Boeings and the American Airlines, right? That's when those went absolutely nuts. Just straight parabolic moves. You can see here. Also, that is at the same time when banks, right? So when the banks started to take off, so it's when the banks really had that sharp move, right? So it was the transports, it was the airlines, it was the banks, it was also energy, retail as well, right? So it was basically a lot of these actually travel, hospitality. So a lot of the names that had really underperformed, that were disproportionately hit due to basically elements of the coronavirus, the quarantine, the stay-at-home trend, right? You saw this really epic run at the beginning of June, and again, and that was the last time that the Russell really showed strength. So you're starting to see positive signs develop in the Russell. It's retesting that June high, and it also comes at a time when a lot of those names, like the banks, the transports, some retail names, are really starting to show some like kind of developing bullish signals too. So I think it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. I mean, the tech narrative is well known at this point. I mean, everybody knows tech is killing it. The tech names have acted great, but if they're due for a pause, then it really would not surprise me to see some of these beaten up areas start to wake up, and option trades, even if it's just a few weeks out, they don't seem to be pricing in anything even remotely similar to what we saw in June. And maybe we don't repeat the same thing we saw in June, but if we get something, maybe half of that, or even like a third of that, still seems to be some potential on some of these charts because they just really haven't done anything. They got some tight consolidations. All right. So I definitely want to put that on your radar because I'm starting to see a lot more encouraging action there. And if the Russell does start to go, that could be like the trigger to really get those names going. So again, banks, transports, travel, some hospitality, retail, etc. Those are the names that I'm going to be kind of focused on in the near term, just to see if they start to wake up. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more option swing trade ideas, or if you're looking for more earnings trade ideas, please follow up the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Hope you guys have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.